Okay, so one of the last two matches today, NEWERA versus WiLD MultiGaming. And this map finally got to me. It is time to play Quarantine. I was dodging it for 14 hours straight. But I guess my time has come. I'm not a huge fan of this map, but I'm definitely a huge fan of both teams that we do see on this map. NEWERA and WiLD MultiGaming. Two fantastic teams. NEWERA, of course, Strumfish, Benko, Kirba, Nodix, and Mozart, and WiLD MultiGaming, Aniat, Dav, of course, Zau, Freaks, Flash, and Kebet. And we'll see NEWERA starting as the Axis here, and WiLD MultiGaming as the allies. Zau already on the push, but Kirba was waiting here with the shotgun. With the car, sorry. First elimination for NEWERA, and now it will only get tougher for WiLD MultiGaming, because we know Quarantine is really Axis-sided, so every point matters, and it doesn't seem like a great start. Dav with the push. Looking for a chance to find something more. Trying to go upstairs, Dav, checking all of the angles. While his team trying to go push towards the B side, Kebet. Covering any sort of rotation, but now Mozart with the sniper rifle and Kirba following the elimination on Kebet. 5 versus 2, Kirba strikes one more, and it is a clean wipeout coming from NEWERA. Triple from Kirba, and some picks from Mozart and Strumfish. Getting the first point for NEWERA. It's kind of expected of the Axis side here. We'll see how much can WiLD MultiGaming take from them. Yeah, that's interesting because by far NEWERA are not on the top of the group since Dynasty are 5-0 as if I'm not even 6-0, I think. I don't know about Dynasty against Eternity match since it is packed on the sides. But in the meantime, Strumfish eliminated, Benko, Zau. Huge series of frags in WiLD MultiGaming. Seems like it might be the first point of the ally side. Would have been easier if it wasn't for the team kill on Zau. But it's still the plants, and WiLD MultiGaming should be favored here. Oh, fantastic nade by Nodix to make 2v2. But still, it's now WiLD MultiGaming holding those positions. NEWERA lost control of the sides. And that might be the key to WiLD MultiGaming's victory. Flash holding the stairs, and now Kebet holding the window. Finds Nodix. It's on the Kirba there. Kirba finds one. Flash trying to play this one slowly, but still half a minute on the clock for NEWERA's player. And Kirba with a fantastic pick to win this 1v2 clutch. Defuse the bomb and make sure that those points won't go to the allies. It was a very nice round coming from WiLD MultiGaming, but Kirba with a fantastic solo performance. And those individualities, this is what makes the difference. So, about Dynasty, I know that they won 5 matches. They are yet to play NEWERA in the 7th round, and 1 match is with no scores, so I cannot really tell you much about what happened there. NEWERA by far, out of 5 of their games, they won 4 of them, and Foppa were actually able to draw. Foppa still fighting for their slots in the playoffs, but we'll go through that later. Freaks hoping to catch anything with that scope, but NEWERA right now looking for anything more. Kebet from the roof, a very high position. Likely also to find anything, but Strumfish would be actually the first one to find the elimination. Flash lost the fight in the basement, and that is enough what Axis would need here to keep the control, even though the smoke is on the middle. Strumfish still have a very nice position here, and this nade is a fantastic prediction of Zau's position, making it even tougher for the attacking side to look for anything more. And even though that Aniat finds that Duff found its elimination, Nodix is just completely cleaning all Freaks and stuff, making it solo mission for Kebet that is interrupted immediately by Strumfish. 3-0, NEWERA with a fantastic start on Quarantine. Even though they struggled a bit in the round number 2, still Kirba was able to clutch this one out. And if WiLD MultiGaming is not taking those kind of points, they will be punished for that. There will be consequences for not using occasions like that. NEWERA will try to show us why. 3-0, Mozart seeking with that skull, but Kirba finds Kevin on the push with higher positions from New Era to seek for those eliminations. Kirba now on the roof, beautiful movement, finding lots of information and forcing Freaks to push forwards, separating him from the rest of the team. But even though the Freaks was alone, he's able to win this duel with Kirba and even things out when it comes to the number of players alive on both sides. Benku wants to avenge Kirba here. He might be able to sneak behind, and Nodix playing those angles. Question is, will he be found there? And can he get those eliminations? He already has seen one of the players. Found the legs. Nodix once, had to reload. Nodix, with help of Mozart, they get 2 eliminations. Duff finally able to push through the Nodix defense. But enough damage was done to WiLD MultiGaming's team. It's still advantage for New Era, 3 versus 2. And only 40 seconds on the clock for Duff and Freaks to seek for the first points of the allies on Carentan. Strumfish playing it low. But even though that he was trying to cover himself as much as he could, still was found by Duff, making it 2v2, but now only 20 seconds on the clock. Freaks is planting the bomb. Mozart under the fire. But Benku is here to help. Freaks eliminated, punished for being open to that plant, but he had to do so. He had to sacrifice, so Duff could have a chance of fighting this 1v2 clutch with the bomb planet. Smoke is already put there, kept so this long by New Era players. They will try to hide. Duff is already located, and Benku seeking from that smoke, from the roof, finding this elimination. And it's second time this half that WiLD MultiGaming is taking those rounds to the post plant. Still good, but the problem is they cannot defend those. And even if they get through the first stage of the defense, when the retake comes, New Era still comes on top and is on the lead 4-0 at the start of Carentan. It is an optimal path for them, as I said. This map is heavily axis-sided, but we've seen loads of different things here. Kebit, nice nade, find Mozart, sniper is eliminated. That'd be a huge find for WiLD MultiGaming, but the fact is that Kirba is able to find a response with the nade of his own. Zauf trying to push B-sides from the back. May even cause some surprise, but New Era heavily playing around the mids. Duff with the smoke. In key position of Benku here. He needs to find at least one elimination. He is covered by Strumfish. But Zauf is already on the side. It might be a sneaky plant here. Depends on what Duff would Zauf. Sorry, would love to do this position. He will be planting, but Benku, he's getting one elimination from that position. Smokes will be fading away in a moment, and New Era still have the smoke of their own. 50 seconds on the clock, and only 2 allies left alive since Kevit was eliminated by Kirba. Zauf's in the side, and Freaks seeing already the first of his rivals, but a beautiful timing fouled by Nordex, especially that Freaks was in possession of the scope, so Zauf is now playing solo, and his rivals still have the smoke. Beautiful nade to kill Strumfish, but it's 20 seconds on the clock and 3 people covering this bomb. 1 defusing, 2 covering. Tomato, tomato. It's still a point for New Era. Yet another post plant. A really nice play around New Era's positions. But the problem is that still it was not enough to win the round. New Era still with 3 people alive. And a beautiful duo of Benku and Kirba working together. And even though that they lost their scope very early in the rounds, they still found a lot of space for the playstyle to be executed perfectly. 5-0. Nira couldn't have asked for the better start. And now Nodix, he's only finding the arm. But he saw 2 people going there. Lots of information for the rest of his teammates. Nodix already doubling with one of his own, but now Duff with the entry kill. Benku will be losing this one duel. Strumfish with a beautiful shot. One occasion he couldn't miss. and he refuses to do so in such positions. Nate will be thrown. 4v4, and the problem is that WiLD MultiGaming, after those trades, after those first fights, they didn't really get closer to the side, and they used the last nade right now. Strumfish, he was spotted, but he's not obliged to peek there. Cabot will also try to go for the fight, but Mozart is a very good sniper. You cannot just give him opportunities like that. Mozart finds another one. It is 4 versus 2 right now. A NEWERA very calmly is refusing to let MultiGaming in. Zalf and Flash. Those two still fighting for round number 6. Trying to find the best spot for the possible push. Zalf tried to go aggressively, but Kirba was covering all of it. NEWERA playing in 2 duos here, covering each other's backs, leaving Flash as the lone soldier here, trying to be a hero. I don't think it's one of those stories. He's able to get Mozart down, but the problem is that yet another player is waiting here, and he's playing for the time. There's 10 seconds on the clock, and Strumfish, with the beautiful movement, is able to trick Flash out of his position, find one shot precise enough to put him down, and bring another point for NEWERA. 6-0. Beautiful start. No matter which side, which strategy is executed here by WiLD MultiGaming, it's still NEWERA winning those important duels. We do know that it's a very experienced team, one of the favorites here, one of the first seeds, but it's also a very good team when it comes to that mechanics. Fricks in the fight. Fricks low on HP. Benku lost some HP as well. Fricks calling for backup, and it's actually Mozart who will take care of Benku. He got in the way of his shots. Strumfish evening it out by killing Zalf. Kirba finding Fricks as well, and in the blink of an eye, the advantage goes straight to NEWERA, even though that they started with the team kill, so we can even say that by far all of those round kills were made by NEWERA. Just one of those were the team kill. Kirba playing on the roof of the smoke. He's doing a great job being his cover. 2 allies already trying to enter the A side, and also Nordics in this fight with Duff. Might be actually not able to see him. Mozart. Position good enough here to find Flash. You wouldn't even need to. Kirba was covering all of that. Finding the elimination. Cabot left alone since Nordics was actually able to find Duff. Cabot kills Kirba. Think about his position, but now Mozart got the info, got the memo where to shoot and who to kill. And once more, we do see NEWERA winning 7-0. WiLD MultiGaming yet to see their first point of this map, and it is perfect execution. By NEWERA so far. Benku, close combat with the shotgun. He's not able to find any eliminations, but he is covered by Strumfish. 1-for-1. But WiLD MultiGaming trying to turn up the pace a bit and go for the fast B-side push with smoke to maybe surprise NEWERA a bit, but they still holded some nades. And a single elimination from those. Nordics trying to start this retake. I do think it might be the best chance of NEWERA to actually win this, because even though that the stakes are even in terms of players in both teams, having 4 people in post plans on current turns seems like a fantastic setup for a victory. Strumfish already starting the eliminations. Find Flash. 30 seconds on the clock, and 2 NEWERA players very close to the sides. Mozart tapping the explosives, trying to find every possible angle. Nordics found here 3 versus 3, but now Kirba is trying to cause as much chaos as possible. Kirba going for the triple, and there's still 13 seconds on the clock, so Strumfish can start the defuse. And what a fantastic job done by Kirba. Whenever WiLD MultiGaming comes a bit too close to winning the point, Kirba just goes absolutely berserk. And using the fact that all of the allies players were completely focused on the one player that were trying to defuse. It was a perfect diversion for Kirba to go out there and make an absolute bloodbath out of this floor. Getting 3 eliminations, being 14-2 right now. Putting a fantastic performance and still not letting WiLD MultiGaming get a single point on this map. Strumfish with elimination, Benku, Freaks. A quicker series, a bit unexpected on this map. But NEWERA is following the trend, finding yet another and another kill. Now it's the Strumfish who finds the triple in Mozart, putting an end to this round. Making it 9-0 for NEWERA. And I have to appreciate the fact that WiLD MultiGaming have been trying to diverse the strategies a bit, to sometimes go a bit faster, to start with the A push, to maybe approach from different angles. But the problem is that no matter how you try, even if you get some good value out of your idea, the problem is that Kirba just comes here and shoots everyone that moves. By the way, speaking of the devil, Kirba with the entry frag of round number 10, Kebit with the fast response on Nodix to at least make it even, but not for long since Kirba finds a fantastic nade. 16-2. Absolute mad statistics coming here from Kirba's side. And WiLD MultiGaming, they are decimated before they can even get close to the side, and that's the biggest problem, because when it comes to those final fights, they do not even have personnel to fight those fights. Kirba once more waiting in the smoke on the ground. Benku playing for the source angles, and Strumfish finds Kebit. It's only Freaks and Flash right now. Freaks is able to find Strumfish, but in the middle of all of this, there's still Benku, there's still Freaks. There's still Kirba waiting out there, but those 2 eliminations, they are actually pouring lots of hope in WiLD MultiGaming's hearts. Kirba with the rotation, and now Benku with a beautiful timing finds Freaks. Gets information about the second one. Needs to put more pressure and let Kirba come close to the side. And even if Flash is able to plant here, which I highly doubt he will be able to, Kirba is already on the back. Benku fighting this solo, and Benku will be winning this duel. Playing around the obstacles, using them as the shields. Even though he was low on HP, he found that lethal shot and made it 10-0 for NEWERA. Another good try from WiLD MultiGaming, because even though that it was 4 against 2 from NEWERA's perspective, they were still able to make it 2v2, but the positioning was just too good from NEWERA's side, and Strumfish now with a very early entry. WiLD MultiGaming trying to get anything. Mozart eliminated, but he did his job already. And Nodix making sure that Mozart's death is not wasted here. Freaks missing the crucial shot for the elimination and already being punished for that by Benku. Flash is the only one left alive, and seems like it will be 11-0 for NEWERA, and that's how it is. NEWERA absolutely dominating this current run. And WiLD MultiGaming, very tough spot here, because if they want to win this match, which might be kind of needed if they want to advance, I'm not sure what score they're on right now. The problem is that you have to kind of go from 0 to 13 straight up without any mistakes. First of all, you have to win 1 round as the allies here, and then you have to put up the perfect performance on the Axis side, which is not impossible. We've seen that already. We might even seen that this match coming from NEWERA. But it will be hell of a hard job for them. But Strumfish is not making it any easier by finding the entry kill of round number 12. Actually, WiLD MultiGaming being 2-3 right now. So they might need this victory. They might need anything from that. Benku, Mozart. Frags are just pouring out of the NEWERA players. But it is some resistance coming from WiLD MultiGaming. Beautiful double by Duff, making it 2v2, and Duff actually being able to plant. Oh, this nades. It might be problematic because Kebit was found there, and even though that he wasn't the planting player, he was still hiding in that smoke, and now it's Duff going to the building, trying to play from the floor, trying to get the high ground here against Nodix and Kirba. It's 2v1, it's still advantage for NEWERA players. Let's see what Duff can do about it. right now, playing on the staircase. Kirba and Nordics, they might even tap the bomb to try and bait him out. Since Dav is not covering that, Dav found Nordics. It is information for Kirba, and Dav with a beautiful shot to bring the first point to WiLD MultiGaming. What a beautiful clutch coming from him. 4 eliminations in a row to win one and only round. Taken by WiLD MultiGaming on the ally side, and now the dream is still alive. You would need to play perfect Axis side, but you still have a chance of victory here, even though that it's really, really low. There's still hope, and you cannot leave this one out. And Dav is putting a great fight here, by the way. 10 eliminations on this map on the first half. But the problem is that Kirba and Strumpfi 16-3, 15-5. It looks absolutely mad coming from them. And now we can see NEWERA going on the offense here. Let's see how they will try to bite this one, because they are struggling a bit to push through the middle, but they are going aggressively. And now it's Nodix with the double. And the problem is that one of the eliminations is on his own. This headshot was fantastic. The problem is that it wasn't Strumpfi, so this 4v4. Smoke is already down. Someone might be looking for the plant here, but Dav already from the back. Benku helping to clean this floor out, but still, it's WiLD MultiGaming. The 3 versus 2 cover up from Benku. Kirba might be able to put this bomb down, but the problem is that the nade was still there. And Kirba did not have time to dodge the Benku first elimination. He will be playing low in the smoke with the shotgun. But WiLD MultiGaming is grouped together so they can play for the refrag, but it will be not needed since Kevit was able to see him in the smoke. 1 shot, 1 kill, and 1 point turning into 2. WiLD MultiGaming still breathing on this map, 2-11. And the dream is still alive, and NEWERA, they do not have a draw guaranteed yet. Not even talking about the victory here. Fricks will be the one taking scope. A very responsible job on the defense side. We've seen Morta doing a really good job of it. And now Dav having a full potential to shine after the switch. Benku in some trouble. He goes down here. This might be over for NEWERA, at least in this round. Even if he stays alive. Both Nordics and Strumpfish were eliminated, so it is 2 versus 5. And now it's finally turn of WiLD MultiGaming to play that Axis side. So good, so beloved. Reminding me kind of an old nuke from CSGO. Kirba in 1v5 clutch. And sorry for the CS reference. I was just CS caster for a very long time. But it doesn't really matter, because we do see Zalf winning this duel, spamming completely Kirba. Making it 11-3, and WiLD MultiGaming slowly getting with that score. How long can they go? Can they actually pull this one off? Because if it will be 13-11, I will be wildly impressed by what WiLD MultiGaming would have done there. Especially that was 11-0. Nordics. This time it will be NEWERA finding the first kill of the rounds. Still they need to get to the side. Freak, Strumpfish, 4v3. The problem is that you need to bait all of the nades, and 2 of them are still in the inventories. With those there, you might be having lots of trouble with the plant, since the nade will be going down. And now also Dav holding that important position, not letting NEWERA comfortably into the side. It is 3 versus 3. But the nades were already thrown off, and Dav is pushed away. Finally, Strumpfish will be putting his life to an end. Bomb is planted. And it is a fantastic setup for NEWERA to find point number 12, especially that Kirba now cows and kills Flash. It is kept in 1v3 clutch. Can he pull this one off? Can he kill all of them and still have time to defuse the bomb? He finds one, but Strumpfish was waiting here for the revenge. And NEWERA secures the draw with 12 points right here and gives themselves 9 match points to finish this map in a dominating style and prepare themselves for the last match of today. while MultiGaming still fighting Duff. Trying to go forward. Nades will be stopping here for the moment. Fricks is stopped completely by those nades. HP on 0. Stromfish with the double already. 2 imported parts of the defense were eliminated, and Zalf struggling with finding the response. Finally being able to get the scan through. Eliminating Bank, but the problem is that Mozart is already here. It's 4 versus 2. It might be ended right here and right now. Stromfish with the kill. It's now Flash is the only player. He is low on HP. They know where he is, and they know that they can comfortably plant on the B side. Flash still fighting, but Kirba will be taking him down. 13-3. NEWERA with a fantastic performance on Quarantine. For the biggest part of the match, they were playing nearly perfectly. Stromfish and Kirba, what a game by those two, putting NEWERA as one of the contenders to win Group D and go straight to the second round of playoffs. But okay, it will be a short break.